In 2007, we had a graduation rate of 49%, and over the last, I don't know, 5 years or so, we haven't been any lower than 77. And so we kind of bounce between 77, 83, 77, 82, 77, 83. So we kind of have this pattern going right now. So definitely some work to do. 17% of our kids not graduating on time is not good enough. But definitely a big improvement from about only 50% of our students graduate on time. So it's definitely been a lot better. And it's been through a lot of hard work from my teaching staff, from my counseling staff, my students. And you know, kind of rethinking the way that we do some things here at school so that kids have more access and that kids can get do-overs and second chances and things like that. I attribute a lot of that to the work we've done as a staff around literacy, some of our AVID school-wide practices that we've added that I think have really shored up some of those skills that help you be more successful at the college level. So that's a pretty good one, but we still don't really have enough students. We have enough students that are applying and getting into college, but somewhere between the time they graduate and the time college starts in the fall, we're losing a pretty significant number of kids, almost 30%. So only about 44% of our students are actually going into college. So definitely something we have to look at. You know, there's a lot of reasons to go to college. I will tell you one of the biggest reasons I would say to go to college. College is really super fun. It is the only time in your life that you are going to be surrounded by people who are your own age, and you will find many people that look a lot like you, and there aren't going to be a lot of adults telling you what to do, and you get to just do what you want to do. And there is a certain degree of fun to that. There's also a really big degree of growing up in that. I think just that idea of growing up in this space where you're challenging all kinds of ideas and you're asking a lot of questions and you're hanging around with people with similar ideas or different ideas, and you're able to have those really authentic conversations, really helps you grow as a person and makes you, I think, more ready for whatever is out there. And so the world has changed a lot. Students need to have a lot more skills, and the job market's much more competitive, and technology plays such a big role in it. There's not a job you can do that doesn't involve a ton of technology. And so students have to be prepared for that. And college is one way to do that. And when I say college, I mean technical schools and trade schools and apprenticeships and the military and two-year colleges and four-year colleges. All of those things to me make up what's post-secondary or college. It's just easier to say one word than to list all of that all the time. You know, and kids need those skills, but really more importantly than the fact that they need to earn money and, you know, make money for your family and those kind of things, I think in order to have a really good life, you have to do something you love, and you have to be into doing something. And I've learned that your generation in particular is really interested in changing the world, that you look at the world and you say, I want to make it a better place, I want to do something different with it. And I think that is so amazing. I mean, that's your whole generation is like that. And so I think college is important for you to learn those skills so that you can be adaptable in a job, you can find something that you love to do, you can be around people that are like you, and you can grow as a person into an adult, and have a little fun along the way. And there are complications to college. College costs money, you know, and that can be a barrier for students. And you know what I always tell students is, I worked through college. I know very few people who went to college and did not work to pay for some of their college or living expenses. And I do think kids need to think about, you know, I'm gonna have to work. I have to think about being someone that's gonna have to work in college. And I think that also is another value in going to college. That idea that you have to be responsible for paying for it, you have to be responsible for getting stuff done with nobody telling you to do that. You know, I think those are all really good skills to learn for adulthood. You know, what I've learned about teenagers is their potential is unlimited. You're at a point in your life where you could do anything, you could be anything. It's an open book. It hasn't been written. The story isn't there yet. And you have this opportunity to do that, no matter where you've come from, no matter what kind of awful things have happened in your life, or how hard it's been, or how sad it makes you. You could do anything you want if that's how you choose to do it. And that's what I want to teach all my kids. You can do that. If you have a good education and you can walk into any post-secondary institution and do it, then you can go and control everything in your life and be whatever you want to be, and have that passion for life and be able to, you know, experience what I've been able to experience, which is this great career that I've had, that I've loved every second of it. And you know, I never call it a job. I get to go to school. I always go to school. I don't go to a job, I go to school. And I want everybody to feel that way. So for my students, I want you to understand where you came from. It's important because it does mold who you are, but it doesn't mean it has to shape how it all ends up.